This is the Iowa weather report for Sunday, February 17th, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. This is at noon today. We have one storm system moving off the New England coast into the Canadian Maritimes. We have another trough with some energy over Montana and Idaho and Wyoming. In between, a little bit of a ridge and some sunshine and temperatures warming up a little bit with some southerly winds. Highs today in the 30s north and east to 40s to near 50 south and west with mostly to partly sunny skies. Monday, we have two storm systems, one with some Gulf moisture coming up from Texas and Oklahoma into Missouri and even into the eastern part of Iowa. One low pressure near Duluth bringing some snow and the cold air down. Those will phase up Monday night and into Tuesday east of the state, but we could see some light rain, especially east of I-35 Monday, ending as maybe a little bit of snow late Monday night, but then Tuesday the cold air comes back, temperatures back into the 20s to lower 30s for highs. This continues into Wednesday, as the new storm system off to our west begins to take shape over Colorado and Utah. The Gulf opens up once again over Texas and Oklahoma as the rain begins there and snow over the west and southwest. And this comes in here Thursday, low pressure west of Wichita. You can see some showers and thunderstorms over Arkansas down into Texas and Louisiana, and some moderate to heavy snow possible from Missouri and Iowa westward into Nebraska. And this continues here into Friday as the low pressure moves to about Decorah, if this is right. And that would bring some light to moderate snow mainly north of about Iowa Highway 92 by this point. And here's some accumulations. This is from the GFS. This is through 120 hours or Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, and it'll be snowing even after that. And you can see accumulations of at least 6 inches for most of the state, with some heavier totals even further west into South Dakota and Nebraska. And then on Saturday, the low, which is starting to fill and weaken, moves up into the UP of Michigan, while another low forms off the mid-Atlantic coast. Cold air with snow cover, highs in the 20s. And even next Sunday, here comes another storm system with some energy over the Four Corners region and a trough axis off to our west. And the Gulf will likely open up once again. And by early the following week, we could have another snowstorm with a low pressure near about Amarillo and Lubbock. So snow could break out over Nebraska into western Iowa late Sunday night of next week into Monday of the following week. A couple days after that, on February the 28th, we have a quick moving flow at this point. A bit of energy moving across the Midwest over Nebraska and Kansas, some over New England as well. And at the surface, if this is right, we could see a little bit of light snow with a weak system moving through, and some seasonal weather, maybe a little bit below seasonal weather, highs mainly in the 20s to lower to middle 30s, depending on how much snow we get from this week's system. And at the end of the forecast on March the 4th, now we have a big trough over the eastern half of the country with an upper level feature over the North Carolina coast, a ridge over the desert southwest with some energy well off the west coast and up over Canada. And this would bring a pretty big snowstorm over the mid-Atlantic states up into New England again. Maybe a little bit of light flurry activity around here, but you can see the warm air is starting to come back. So it could be March before we see warm weather again. Last night's satellite image showed a storm system moving along the east coast with some snow, especially in the mid-Atlantic up into New England. Some cloudiness with the next system beginning to come in over the Canadian prairie provinces down into the Intermountain West. Elsewhere it was fairly quiet. The watch warning map from last evening, some winter weather issues over the Carolinas and up over New England and up into Maine, some winter weather issues over the Northern Rockies in Montana and Idaho, and some freeze issues and wind chill advisories across most of Florida. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, showing the heaviest amounts of rain with the thunderstorms with the system at mid to late week over the south and lower Mississippi River Valley with a little bit of snow, maybe a lot of snow around here.